ladies and gents, this is Linda, Chic777, and today I'm coming at you with a design team project for Reneabouquets. Now I'm going to move my sign out of the way so we can get right into the project. What I did is I found this kind of 3D frame, wood frame. I found it at Michael's to alter, and I wanted to turn it into kind of a shadow box of sorts. And this measures about 8.25, 8.5 both directions square, and it's about 1.5 inches in width, and in inside, which I love, kind of is because of the width. It's such a deep opening. I wanted it to be like a shadow box of sorts, but I wanted it to be kind of inspirational, you know, and just personal, but kind of have like an art theme to it as well. And so this is what I came up with. Now the paper I used was by Cartabella. It's called So Noted, and I went with kind of aquas and whites this time. I really wanted it to be kind of fresh and new. So the first thing I did is I took this wood and I just painted all the edges with heavy white gesso by Prima, because I knew I wanted some of the edges to kind of be seen. And then I went to town kind of cutting all my paper strips separately, cutting them a little bit short so that you could see the, you know, a little bit of the wood frame showing through. I distressed all the edges with Prima Distress tool, and I sewed around all the edges, and I did each kind of section individually. Okay, so that's what I did there, and the back is just plain. And then I did the same thing kind of with the inside. I did each section separately, okay? And so let me adjust my camera just a little bit so that I can bring this up a little bit better to the camera and give you a nice up-close look with it. I really like how it turned out, and I am going to keep this one. I was kind of creating it for me. Okay, and let me move my bow so you can kind of see what's underneath it. And a lot of fun, beautiful product from Renee's shop that made this just work really wonderful. So let's kind of start in the inside. So I used the Cartabella So Noted collection, and then I used a journaling card by Prima. It says Noted on it. I used that in the back, and then another sheet of the Cartabella paper on top, and just kind of made like a little ripped edge so you could see, you know, the word Noted kind of peeking through there. Okay, and then on the inside, I used a lot of flowers from Recollections, as well as Prima flowers. And a lot of the Prima flowers I used was from their Salvage District collection. Okay, so I've got like Prima Salvage District flowers in here. I'm tucked behind this Prima resin frame, which came from Renee's shop. It's a set of 2, and these are called the Victorian frames. You get like a large oval and then the smaller oval. I've got a petaloo flower kind of tucked in there. You can see it tucked right behind there. And these are textured elements, and they come in teal, and those came from Renee's shop. Okay. And then I've got like a rolled rose kind of tucked in behind there. I think that's from the Garden Fable collection. And then I've got a couple right here of Recollections flowers. Now these were originally white, and what I did is I sprayed the center of them with water, and then I went back through and I used 2 color bloom sprays. This is Soft Teal, and the other one is called Glistening Waves, and they're kind of the same color. The Glistening Waves is just a little bit darker color palette, but it's kind of in the teal aqua range. And what I did is after I wet the center with water, then I went in with the color bloom spray and just a couple of sprays right in the center, and the water kind of helped it disperse a little bit and just kind of give it that center color, and leaving the rest still white. And I thought that left it kind of fresh. So I did that here. I did that on this one. This one just a tiny bit. And then I've also got a Reneabouquets. It's kind of tucked back in there, but you can see the the teal spray of it, a Reneabouquets chiffon flower in white. And I did the same thing with that. Now, Renee does carry these flowers in kind of an aqua color, which totally would have worked and is beautiful, but I wanted a little bit more white in there, so I chose to do the white flower and then just kind of spray the center with the color bloom spray. And because these are fabric, it really just takes the color very nicely. Okay, so I kind of got that tucked in there. And then let's go over to this side over here. This is like a note card that came from those note cards that we're all finding at Tuesday morning. So I just kind of sewed around the edge there, and I layered underneath it because I wanted, as you can see, it's kind of slanted. I layered a bunch of chipboard underneath for that to kind of rest on top of. And then this Woodward's from my stash, and I just painted it white. Okay, and then this Love Extravagantly is another one of those journal cards. I keep wanting to think they're Heidi Swap, but I don't know that they are. Anyway, so it had like 3 little quotes on it, and I cut this one out. So basically, being inspirational part of this project, I wanted it to say hope, love extravagantly, create, dream, and be happy. Okay, so there's kind of my inspirational part of it. And then on top of that, this piece here, let me back up a minute. I layered some chipboard as well underneath that and on this tag, so that it would kind of have some dimension there. It wouldn't just be flat. And then on top of that, I've got a Prima resin ballerina that came from Renee's shop. Okay, over to the side here, I've got Prima resin wings from my stash, and this beautiful dragonfly came from Renee's shop, and these are called the Shabby Patina Rose Dragonflies. Shabby Patina. But the patina is almost like an aqua color to me, so it actually worked perfectly. Okay, let's kind of go over to this section. So to create kind of this through the center, what I did is I layered down a Salvage District flower spray by Prima. It's from my stash. It just looks like this. Okay, I laid that down, and then I took a couple of old paint brushes from my stash as well. They're kind of blue in color, but I painted them with some Prima white gesso and kind of painted on the edge and just dressed the edge a little bit. And then I took this white silk ribbon from my stash, and I don't remember which color it was. I guess that kind of looks like this one, the soft teal color, and I sprayed the ribbon with it. And then I dried it with heat gun, and then I ironed it back out. So it was kind of almost flat. Still got a little bit of wrinkly in it, but it looks cute. Anyway, and I wrapped that around the paint brushes, and then I layered that. I glued that kind of intermixed into that flower spray. Okay, and then this piece here, this cute chipboard piece, and this chipboard piece came from Renee's shop. It's by Blue Fern Studios, and it's the Deja Vu Dangles, Deja Vu, I had to write it down because it's such a weird thing, Deja Vu Page Dangles chipboard. Okay, and I've got a picture of it because what I did when I got this, let me bring it in, try to bring it in without glare. There we go. It's 2 in a set. And what I did is I cut off this little piece here, and I believe this piece here. I cut those little chunks off. Okay, and on my next project, I actually took in the other half of it and used that on my other project. But, you know, that way I saved the butterfly to use for later in this little piece if I wanted to. But anyway, I cut off that piece and the other piece, and I painted them white. And then I just kind of tucked it in to that, you know, main spray there, because I thought it just was fun and added a little bit of whimsy coming out there. Okay, and then this Create Woodward it's a Heidi Swap wood veneer word, and I just painted it white. Over here, kind of tucked behind, this is a Reneabouquets key. It's Dream Key. You get a set of 4 metal keys, and so I kind of tucked that inside there as well. This is just the swirl of the flower spray. I left that there because add a little whimsy. And I left it green. Why not? Add a little bit different colors. Let's see. Let's come to this side. This is a little Salvage District Brad that says Be Kind. I tucked that in there. This is a Reneabouquets butterfly, one of my favorites. It's called the Ice Glitter, and these are the ice glitter glass. It's called ice, and it's glitter glass. These are the Tiny Treasures butterflies. Okay, and then underneath that, I tucked in like this, another Recollections flower. I think this is like a... These are flowers I ended up getting from Dollar Tree. I think it was like quite a few months ago. They got a bunch of real pretty flowers in. Tuck that in there. This is another Salvage District flower. This is a rolled rose by Prima. It's from the Jody Lee Butterfly Collection. I got that from Renee's shop. And in this beautiful lace flower, it's a 3-layer lace flower. These are from Renee's shop, and they come in a set of 2. And when you go to order these, you can get them, they come in 2 colors, and you can get them either in this set of 2 in white, or the other is a set of 2 in this real pretty rose, kind of vintage rose color, or you can get the set of 2 of like one of each color. So you kind of have options. And this is the 3-layer one, as I said, and she also has a 2-layer one that's a different shape and just as pretty. Okay. And then down here is just, these are Woodward from my stash, and I got that in the Michael's $1.50 bin. And I just painted them with the Color Bloom sprays. Okay, and did I mention Renee carries a bunch of these Color Bloom colors in her shop as well? Okay, and let's see. I know there's one other thing I'm going to tell you about, but I wanted to make sure I got all of the elements in there. I think that's pretty much it. So it's just a lot of flowers and woodwards and beautiful butterflies and dragonflies from Renee's shop. And then the last couple of things I did is I took the Prima Heavy Gesso, white gesso, and I watered it down, and I flicked it all over the canvas to give us kind of some spots and make it look a little bit distressed. And then I went with the Color Bloom spray as well. I didn't water it down, obviously, and I kind of dipped my little fan brush, my paint brush. Those of you that might not really know, or you're kind of new to crafting, these are kind of called fan brushes, and these work wonderful when you dip it into your paint, and you just kind of take your finger and you flick it. Okay, and it will make polka dots and stuff all over whatever you're flicking it on. So that's what I did there. So I've got the white gesso and then the Color Bloom spray all around the project. I flicked it all over. It's going to be hard to see on some of the elements, but let's see. You can probably even see it on the little woodwords there and on my journaling card and stuff. And then the last thing I did is I took Prima 3D Matte Gel. Okay. And a color that I hadn't got before from Renee's shop of glitter glass, and it's called Patina. But to me, Patina kind of more has like a green tint to it, but to me this has a beautiful kind of aqua teal color to it, and it could probably look green if you were working with greens. Beautiful. I am so in love with this shade. I love it. And what I did is I painted the matte gel in various areas around the project. You can see here, and I did it like on the paint brushes. Okay, I did up here in the hope word and on the wing. I'll kind of point around where I did it so you can see how it looks on different things. I did it on flowers, on the ballerina, and on the resin frame. Here's it on the beautiful flowers again, and up onto this frame. And then I've got it on some more here on the paint brushes. So anyway, you take that 3D matte gel, and then beautiful right in here. And it really looks pretty on. I will get back to my thought one more moment. Looks really pretty on even like the lace flower. So you paint that 3D matte gel on, and then the way I do it, some people take a paintbrush and they dip it in like their glitter glass or micro beads, and then they paint it and then onto let me say that. They'll take their paintbrush, they'll dip it in the matte gel, and then they'll dip it into like their glitter glass or the micro beads, and then they'll paint it on to the project. Well, I find if I do that, it just stays on the brush. So I take the paintbrush and I paint everywhere I want, and I go in little sections at a time because the matte gel will kind of dry up quickly because I paint just a thin layer on it. And then I take like my glitter glass or Reneabouquets micro beads and I'll pour it onto wherever I have painted the matte gel, and then I tap off the excess and I let it dry. And so I love doing that technique because of course it gives it dimension and it gives it you know, a distressed look, but it also gives it just this beautiful kind of romantic soft look, and I just love that and adds such texture to the project. Okay, so anyway, this is my project for this time around, kind of a shabby chic altered frame, a little inspirational. Made it into a shadow box. I love how it turned out. I will have everything Reneabouquets down below, as well as Renee does have a blog now, so you can go to and see other designers on the design team and see their projects, and we will all post pictures and, you know, our YouTube videos, etc., etc. And I will have the link to my blog and Pinterest if you want to see more close-up photos of projects that I do. I thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.